So to me, I see these grown adult people sinning. I'm not really worried about you. Honestly, I'm not. But if you understood the generations that are at stake, because that's what sin has a ripple effect. It just keeps causing more and more and more and more. And a lifestyle of sin just keeps causing more things to happen. And you don't know what that is because we're ignorant. By nature, we're ignorant people. The Adjust Your Lenses podcast is back. And this time, it's a collab between my brother, Donovan, and I. Manna and Adjust Your Lenses presents Daily Bread. See, we've been on a journey. And what we want is for you to come on the journey with us. Get ready. Fasten your seatbelts. Come break bread with us. It's real, man. And we are going to travail. I'm not here talking about doom and gloom necessarily, right. But when I say travail, travailing is actually going to be more for the unbeliever, because the believers are going to experience the travail differently. Yep. That's the issue, and that's why as ambassadors we have to preach the good news. We got to talk to as many people. We got to win souls for Christ. We got to do the things like, I talk to John all the time, right? Yeah. And he and I have been talking about these things, and I've been trying to help him to understand, like, the gospel.
That's the key.
You know what I'm saying? We talk about the gospel.
That's it.
And we do
the work. But the work is always pointing back
to the gospel. Bro. And always. So and here's the beauty though. Here's the beauty. Because the beauty is God is so loving and cares so much about us. We might be doing it wrong for a while. And not necessarily wrong per se, but like we may be thinking, well, because we don't know what the wilderness is for. We don't know what the training ground is for everybody. For sure. Right? Like part of my training ground was a Joseph-like experience. Obedience into imprisonment. And I'm like, you on joke time. Like, this is joke time. What you mean? I'm obeying you into imprisonment? What kind of nonsense? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this? But again, and so, but the wilderness that like that season, like David got anointed and then was sent back to go tend sheep.
Yep.
It's like you're the king now. Go back and tend these sheep. Huh? Like so it's like, what do you mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm sharing that, like, that piece because I'm like, yo, it goes back to the gospel. Like, now it's like, I really believe that we are on an emergency mission to really, like, start to win souls for Christ and really to, talk about, like, we have to embody the gospel, but then we also have to, like, talk about.
And cats need it. It's not even like on some, like, cats really do need it, man. Like, they're suffering. Like, when I think about, like, the thing that kind of sustained me, for going back to that sermon I had to do on the weekend, like, I was just like, man, like, I love my brother more than I'm scared to go up there. You know what I mean? Because he needs to hear what I'm going to say. So nothing can stop me from going and saying it, right? So I think that's the thing, like, with this gospel, man, like, beyond just like, cause it can be scary. I remember the first time I was at Zion Church, and he's a pastor now out here in the DMV, but he was the youth pastor at Zion at the time, and he preached about, it was his last sermon. He was about to leave, so he was preaching his last sermon about how he wanted to just go and preach the gospel, go to the street, this disciple or something like that. I'm saying that, I remember in the crowd saying like, how you gonna do that? You know what I mean? So in my head, like, it just seems so absurd. Like, how do you go on the streets and just, I know people do it, but in my head at that time, I was like, but I don't know, but over time, God was looking like, yo, like, when you really know that it's the truth, though.
Yeah.
then you don't, you know what I mean? Like, you have, because you watching someone, like, literally, like, you're poisoned. This is the antidote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, you're not gonna share it with them. Like, they over here, like, you like, I got the antidote in my hand, but like, so I feel like, I don't know, I think over time with me, like, God just showed me, like, yo, like, and knowing it for yourself for real, you'll have to share it.
Yeah.
Because and to a point, I even say this, like, the point, like, where, like, now I feel like in my life where I'm just chilling now. I'll be just out and about in the world, just doing whatever. The thirsty people will come to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, I'm like, yo, who are you? You know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes you can say, like, but my friend told me, like, you know, it's kind of space. Like, he's like, animals know where the water is.
That's right.
They know where, like, somehow they like, so like, like, you have water, and they're just,
that's right,
attracted because they're thirsty, and you have water to give them. So like, it started hitting me like, yo, like,
that's good.
It becomes easier, like, that shit. The guy will be like, yo, like, person actually has come to me because they're thirsty.
Yes,
whether they know it or not.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
but
right.
then in the conversation, you realize, oh, this person's thirsty. Then let me give them some water.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that, right? But I think that's again, it's a challenge, but I think it's even deeper than it's like, because some people can feel burdened, like, oh man, I go out, the call to go out and share the gospel. It feels like it's a burden to you. Like, but really, if you really get it, in you first, how you said with Jackie, like when she want to write this book, it's really to transform her. Like, once you're really transformed, it's like, not gonna be a burden.
That's right.
It's gonna be like, yo, I have to tell you, bro.
You know
what I mean? Because you feel like, if to see you suffering this way, like, I can't allow you to suffer this way. Not knowing.
Not knowing.
You know what I'm saying?
It's such a it's such a dangerous thing. Like, it is a matter of life and death.
That's why, exactly.
It is a matter of life and death. And there's so many layers to this that we don't even have enough time to, like, go into all the depths of it, because God is infinite. Right. And so he looks, this is a concept I've been playing with. Now this is my opinion. So don't try to, you know, hold me to it. Oh, he said. So I look at it like this: when God created the heavens and the earth, like it said that, you know, the Holy Spirit was brooding. Okay, brooding, hovering. Some, you know, it says hovering over the waters. Some translations use the word brooding. So I did some just research into, like, that word, and brooding is like, it's like, think about a rocket, like a, you know, space rocket, and when they turn it on and you hear the noise for a while, then you see the fire, the flames, and the flame is burning for a while before it even goes. That's like brooding, right? It's this generation of power, right? That's happening. It says, you know, the Spirit was hovering, brooding over the waters, darkness was over the deep, and then God spoke, let there be light, and then there was light. So before the action, there was a generation of power that took place, which infers that God spent some time, right? That power being generated prior to the let there be. So he had thought about it already. He knew exactly what everything was going to be before he even spoke a word. Before a word was spoken. Which means to me that when we then see what happened, like creation of man, Adam, Eve, it says that he planted a garden in the east of the garden, right? All of those things happened. So in his original plan, there was no sin. In his original plan, this is it. This is like, I've created this place for you. You're going to live there. I planted a garden in the east of it. So in his original plan, there is no sin. I look at it as like sin happened, and then let's say this is it. It's like sin happened, now there's a divergent. Think about a stream going forward, or a river. Now that river diverges, and the river is going into the ocean, Right? That's where it's headed. It pours into the ocean. But sin creates a diversion. So it goes this way. Now, grace, mercy, Jesus, the lamb that was slain even before the world began, right? And this concept of the lamb being slain before the world began is a very important concept, because it said when Adam sinned, it says, "Where are you?" God came and says, "Where are you?" He said, "Blah blah. My wife this, blah 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 blah." And then God said, "Who told you were naked?" Right? And so, because of that sin, he came into a knowledge of good and evil and all these different things. But then it says, and God then killed an animal and then clothed him. So the lamb had already been slain since before the world began. Since the beginning, the lamb was slain. I've already covered you. You covered yourself with some stupid leaves. You covered yourself with some stupid leaves. But I've already shut up, and I've already covered you. So the sin was dealt with already, right then and there. Right? Since the very beginning. Now the lamb, now God says, I'm going to enter humanity, because even though I have already done this, they don't get it. They're living it out. They're still choosing sin. They're still choosing all this type of stuff. And so now they go. Now he's like, all right, finally, I'm going to get up myself, and I'm going to go into humanity, and I'm going to live this out so that they can now see and give him a name that is above every other name, that this sin has been completely dealt with. I did it since the beginning, but now I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to show them. I'm going to actually let them see it for themselves. That has been done. Right? So that means that what sin causes, that divergent, is now being rerouted back to its original destination. And that's the concept. This is how I see it. Right? So as we're going and we sin, it's like we're going this direction. Sin causes all these divergence in our lives. Yep. So generations after us are affected. That's why it says that the sin goes from and so the coming of Jesus rectifies all of that. So that no longer are we affected by the divergences. And so it's for people not to know Jesus. Okay. I get scared because I'm not so worried about me. There are generations at stake. That's, you know what I'm saying? Yep. So to me, I see these grown adult people sinning. I'm not really worried about you. Honestly, I'm not. But if you understood the generations that are at stake, because that's what sin has, a ripple effect. It just keeps causing more and more and more and more. And a lifestyle of sin just keeps causing more things to happen. And you don't know what that is, because we're ignorant. By nature, we're ignorant people. That's just what it is. We don't know. So for me, when I'm like thinking about people today, like, and sharing the gospel, I'm sharing it and wanting to like embody the gospel and wanting to like live it out. I'm thinking about generations that are at stake. Man, I'm thinking about people. Like we have to do this because under Jesus, all of that is covered. We're in a new covenant. The old covenant is gone. The law of Moses, all that, even the prophets, all of that is gone. It says that in the Mount of Transfiguration, Moses came, he represented the law. Elijah came, represented the prophets. But they both left. The only one that remained was Jesus.
It's good, that's it, though. It's good, bro. That's it. Probably do it. Try to do it. You know what I mean? Try to spread it, man.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like, I'm just... So, yeah, man. It's like...